Yeah, there we are. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm very late, but the fuck was that?
That was my phone telling me that Atheist Ranger is now online.
Okay, there we go. Um, yes, this is T.G.I.F number, was it 29? Yes, 29. And I guess this is once again me saying I'm fucking back.
Woo!
Yes, I'm in the very lovely and very fucking freezing cold state of Vermont.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we figured out that I'm about 3 hours more south than you are right now.
yeah. I did promise my sister I wouldn't give my exact location, but all I can tell people is that I live in Vermont.
Yep.
If you want to know exactly where I live, just look at my Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. Because
So there's
I got
go ahead.
it's like just only -1 Celsius here, so I suspect we're warmer than you right now.
Yeah. Well, I think we just got an extra, I think 6 inches of snow the other day.
You,
Yeah.
you're
But
welcome to it. I've had enough.
you know what? I'll take those 6 inches as long as you take Justin Bieber back.
No, absolutely not. Fuck
God damn
that.
it.
Fuck that.
Well, I've been catching up on my politics, and you and I have quite a bit to talk about. So, what is your opinion on the first, was it 60 days of the Trump presidency?
Oh god, what a disaster. By the way, do you have a watch link? Beth was asking.
Watch link, or does she want to join, or does she just want to watch?
Well, she wants to watch. She's kind of under the weather, but your event doesn't have a link to the.
Oh, yeah, my apologies. Give me 1 second.
Uh, yeah, she's got a cold, so I don't think she'll want to
Oh no,
hack.
I saw that she added me on Google Plus, so I just thought I'd invite her. And I know she's your friend.
She's a co-host.
Yeah, yeah. Give me 1 second. So,
Yeah, what a fucking disaster. Like, seriously. And I love, it's not a Muslim ban. Oh, really? So you prefer Christians and minorities, and the only people that aren't, Christians and a minority in those countries are Muslims. So who are you banning exactly?
oh yeah, I my the thing. What's got me pissed off most of all is he's actually going to attempt to get rid of the Johnson Amendment, which
Now, yeah, forgive my ignorance, but please enlighten me as to what that is exactly.
well, the Johnson Amendment is pretty much as you know, in America, and I don't know if you guys do this in Canada or not, but in America, churches and pretty much places of worship are not allowed to throw their hat in the political ring, or else they lose
Right.
their tax exempt status. Unfortunately,
Yep.
Trump wants to get rid of that. So he not only does he want the corporations picking our politicians, apparently they want the churches to as well, which is a fucking
Right.
disaster.
Yep. Yeah. I know we have some prohibitions, and it's probably very similar where they can't, promote a specific candidate or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because, of course, our churches have tax exempt status too, which they should not. And you know what's really scary, though, is his just complete disregard for the judicial branch. It's just like, somebody makes a binding legal ruling, and he's like, fuck you, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm the president. I do what I want.
Oh yeah, and I guarantee you, if Obama was doing this shit, they'd be the first one wanting him impeached.
Oh, no kidding. Hell, they'd have a fucking lynch mob in front of the fucking White House. But hey, Twitler can get away with it. Just peach keen.
Yeah, what's Beth's last name? I'm trying to tag her in this thing.
Oh, it's Beth A. Hambridge.
There we go, found it. All right, do
Big
that. and then just well, I'm making it public, but I am tagging her in it.
Cool, that'll help. Because she's like, ooh, there's something else I can watch tonight.
Yeah. All right, fuck, crap. Now I got someone else wanting to join.
Excellent.
Oh, he's a little kid.
Oh, is that Brony?
No. I didn't invite Brony. I don't know if he's coming.
Okay.
In fact, I think Kazoom Fowler may come. I don't know. I'm not gonna stay on for long. I gotta get up early in the morning. Anyway, I think what's most maddening is his choice picks, his cabinet picks.
Oh, good grief! Actually, we're doing our show on the whole DeVos, or however the hell you pronounce her name, debacle.
Oh, please let me join that.
We've got Atheist Mama coming on, because Beth and I don't have kids, so she's way better. Not Atheist Mom, Atheist Mama.
Okay, I thought you said Atheist Mom. I'm a huge fan of Atheist Mom. Hey,
there's two of them. Well, Atheist Mama is really good too. Yeah. She's she's American. Atheist Mom is Canadian.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, and we're only gonna spend half the show on it, I think. Because my friend Foda is coming on to talk about something sort of related, but not really. So.
Yeah, I love how fucking a woman with no educational degree is gonna be the head of education.
It's like, the Star Trek alternate universe where, to get a job doing something, you actually have to be against whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, I think they were saying, like, this is the first time in history that the vice president had to he had to do the tiebreaker. I'm like, damn, you you're hated when it's a deadlock in the Senate.
Yeah. Sure.
So,
well, and didn't his
much to the public sector, I'm hoping.
Didn't even Cittadini's Supreme Court pick come out and say he's a dumbass?
Oh, hell yeah. He's pretty much, I mean, I forget the dude's name, but I looked him up. He's pretty much like a Antonio Scalia fucking Jr.
Lovely.
That fucking bad.
But if he's that bad and he's saying Trump is a dumbass, you're fucked.
Oh yeah, it was. I love how Bernie Sanders called Beth Duvall out. He's like, okay, do you think that if your family hadn't contributed all this money to the Republican Party, you think you'd be here right now? She's like, oh well, no, you wouldn't. We all know that.
Exactly. It's like, what's the price of a cabinet position? Well, roughly $200,000.
I think altogether her family donated $200 million since the 90s.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh.
So apparently that's how much a cabinet position's worth.
Wow.
And
so I wonder what you have to do if you don't have $200 million.
I don't know. Maybe we can be a security guard.
Oh, gross. I tell ya, it's just a fucking disaster. And did you see when Trudeau was there earlier, like on Monday? What's his name? Spicer couldn't get his name right.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
It's like Prime Minister Joe Trudeau, or like, it's like, who cares about accuracy with anything? We're just gonna report what we think, and it's like when I was a kid and my brother's grade 1 class brought in what they called creative spelling, and my mother had a fit because they weren't correcting them for spelling anything wrong. It's like the same kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, his name's Justin. Well, I like Joe better. It sounds, it's easier to say. But did you see the picture of Ivanka checking him out. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah. As bad as Trump is, though, I honestly hope he doesn't get impeached.
I hate him already.
Man,
Pence is 100 times worse, though.
oh fuck yeah, man. There's no doubt, and no doubt in my mind. I mean, after if Pence were to take office, I mean, we pretty much be the Christian Saudi Arabia at that point.
Yeah. I mean, if you're an American woman and Pence takes over, you may as well sew up your vagina and join a convent at that point.
Oh yeah. In fact, one of the dudes I mentioned him earlier, a man by the name of Antonio Fletcher. I kid you not, this man actually fucking compared, and I'll be lenient with him. It wasn't his intention, but the fact that he's bringing it up in the same conversation implies it to me.
Right.
But he's actually comparing, I think, women being pressured to have sex to rape.
What?
Yes.
Oh boy.
What?
I'm like, okay, I know that's not your intention there, buddy, but by bringing it up in the same conversation, that's what you're doing.
Just
Well,
wow.
And who is the dumbass now who in Texas who wants anyone getting an abortion to get permission from the father?
No, that was Oklahoma.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yes, but yeah. Fuck, what was his name? I watched that video the other day. You know what? It was a Kyle Kolumsky video. God damn it, what's his name? Yeah, he was some Republican senator from Oklahoma.
Go ahead.
I'll say yeah, and that was just that blew me the fuck away. I'm like, dude, we don't live in the 1950s anymore. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, but by that logic, men should have to have women's permission to get vasectomies.
Yep, and I don't know if it was a real, like, I don't know if it was meant to be a spoof thing or not, but a story, and I don't remember what state it was, where they were trying to bring in legislation where a man had to get his wife's permission to get Viagra.
Good luck with that.
And I know, and I'm like, but you know what? Tit for tat, buddy. You know?
Cario Chowing is his name.
Okay. I'll just go with dumbass.
Yeah, huh. It was blocked, by the way, but yes, the fact that that's even being proposed is ridiculous. I mean,
well, they're getting bold because, they think, oh, well, all of the things that were, un-PC, now I can be a total ass and do whatever I want because, our president's an ass who does whatever he wants.
No, they think because their party has the control, they might as well get what
that
they
too,
want.
yeah.
I'm like, no. Okay, let me be very clear. The American people didn't want Trump. Okay, they wanted Hillary, and I still can't believe Trump's still going on about how supposedly 3.5 million people that voted for Hillary because that's how much he lost by were illegal votes. I'm like, citation.
It's just total coincidence
wait,
that it's
what?
the exact same number,
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
305 million people voted for Hillary. That's how much he lost by the popular vote.
Wait, so Trump technically lost, but lost the population?
Yeah, he lost the popular vote by 3.5 million. And he's
Well, they should have gave it to Hillary because I'm not sure it's not like it's going now.
Yeah.
But Trump's just like, oh, well, that's how many illegal voters there were. Like, yeah, that's very convenient for you, isn't it, bud?
Yeah.
It's funny because remember that video you showed us of like those guys sitting at by their desk talking about Trump and Christmas and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. I think it was like a David Barton or somebody.
Oh God, that guy's a menace.
Oh yeah.
And people buy
He's
that
even
shit.
worse. He's even worse because I think now he's like trying to buddy up with Glenn Beck. I'm like,
Oh yeah, and you know what's insidious about Barton, and I don't know if you guys know this. He has actually amassed a collection of actual documents from the founding fathers. And then what he does, and I've seen this in a video, he'll take a scan of the letter. I think it was a letter that Monroe had written. I don't recall to whom, but in this letter, he shows the scan of the original letter, and it's all in 18th century writing on parchment or whatever he was using. Right, it's a legitimate document.
Yeah.
And on the scan, he's got a red rectangle around one paragraph. But the thing is, if you're sitting in the audience, you can't read what that says. And most people aren't really able to read 18th century English either, because they do things like make S's that look like F's and that sort of thing. So he's got this original document with a highlighted section and then proceeds to completely lie about what's being said in that section. But people are like, oh, well, he's got the actual letter, so obviously it's true. And it's not. He makes shit up, and because he's got access to the real documents, people can't verify that he's making this shit up, and it's really, really ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just unfreaking believable.
Well, there's a friend of Beth and I's. Her name is Chris Verada, and she's actually written 2 books to take down Barton. They're Liars for Jesus 1 and Liars for Jesus 2, and she rips into his books. And one of the things that he always brags about is how he's got this like huge amount of footnotes and everything. And she's actually been going through all the footnotes one by one and showing that most of them don't actually say what he claims they say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, the guy is a pathological liar.
Oh, you want to hear pathological liars? You should watch an episode of the Bible Thumping Wignut Show.
Oh, I have. Oh, trust me.
Yeah, their last episode, once again, Matt Slick and Andrew Rappert, and I think the host Tim, once again, completely lying to the audience, and claiming that the separation of church and state does not exist.
Oh.
Yes. I'm like, dumbass, read the first sentence.
Yeah.
And plus, they brought up Jefferson's letter, and they said, well, you know, it was just in that letter. I'm like, no. Read further into the letter. He was explaining how that first sentence creates a wall of separation of church and state.
Yes.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Holy shit, I can't see you.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, gotcha. How you been, Matt?
Oh, I've been all right. How about you?
Good. I'm living in the very cold state of Vermont.
Cold state of Vermont. Okay.
Yes.
How cold is it out there?
Right now, it's 19 degrees where I'm at.
What's that?
It's about 60 here.
Oh, you lucky bastards.
What's 19 in Celsius?
I think 7. I don't know.
Okay, you're slightly warmer than me currently. We're at -1 Celsius.
Yeah.
I'll take the 60 though. That's shorts weather, man.
I know, right?
Well, it's we haven't had any snow here since December, actually.
Where do you live at again? Florida?
No, I live in Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. Okay.
Wow. That's not geez, I could drive there in a few hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of driving, ladies and gentlemen, I am for I believe the 3rd time, I'm going to go see the Queen of Rock and Roll, Joan Jett, in concert. Yes.
Really?
Yep. She's playing in Ocean City, Maryland. which for me is like a 9.5 hour drive.
God.
That's a bit of a jaunt, but hey, if you're dedicated, I don't think I've driven that far for a rock concert. I've driven 6.5 hours to see Kiss before.
Well, I wanted to go see Metallica, but their tickets were way too fucking expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine. Especially when the scalpers get a hold of them.
Yeah. So, Matt, what is your opinion on the, was it 60 days into a Trump presidency? What's your thoughts?
Well,
Aw, kitty butt.
yeah. Kitty likes to put her butt in my face. I don't know why.
all of ours do too. It's a cat thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't been in office 60 days yet. He's only been in like not even a month yet, I think, or about a month maybe.
Yeah, about a month. Sorry, misspoke.
Yeah, he's done a lot of damage, hasn't he?
I know, and that's just 1 month. Can you imagine what he's gonna do in 4 years?
Yeah.
That's even more scary. This is just 1 month, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna be like renting out my easy chairs for people to sleep in by that point.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna, I'm gonna have people showing up on my doorstep every other day. Hi, can I stay here?
Yeah, I fled America. Do you mind if I stay here for a couple nights?
Exactly. It's crazy. Well, we already have had 2 batches that I read about of refugees from some of the targeted countries that have came over the border in Manitoba in the dead of night in the snow, and some of them have actually lost fingers and toes to frostbite. They're that desperate to get out.
Damn, Jesus.
Yeah. Like Somalis and people from like countries that they don't understand what snow does to you, and they're just like, oh, we're just gonna walk over the border in the middle of the night. I'm like, it's
No.
like, yeah, no. And the one guy, he lost several fingers and a couple of toes, and he was like, that's okay, I'm in Canada, I'm happy.
No, I mean, that'd probably be worse for me because I got poor circulation in my hands and feet, so that would fucking suck for me.
Yeah. You'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
But you can just that just tells you how desperate these people feel if they're willing to risk freezing to death in the middle of nowhere to get here away from America. It's crazy.
Well, for me, I mean, I think it's also Trump, but it also is just once again proof of how fucking corrupt our system is at the moment. Okay, I mean, the American people, in my opinion, are pretty much on the borderline to fucking revolt. And by the way,
yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, people are leaving here left and right, it seems like.
If I had the money, I'd fucking join Debbie here in Canada. Sorry, Deborah.
Thank you.
Sorry. What's that?
What part of Canada are you in?
I am an hour southwest of Toronto in a place called Kitchener.
Okay.
So I'm actually more north than about 7 border states.
Okay.
Or south, sorry, I mean. So like all of Washington State is farther north than I am.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's getting pretty ridiculous in America. You know, all this stuff that he's doing is just it's totally screwing it up. And
it's pretty
I don't
scary.
think it's gonna get any.
Yeah, I think the first military thing he did killed like 18 civilians, and one of them was a 9-year-old girl.
Yes, an American girl too.
Yeah.
Like not even Yemeni. Not that that's any better, but
yeah.
A way to kill your own citizens when you're trying to kill other people's citizens. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I'm fucking tired of it. I'm tired of our fucking country thinking that it can just go into whatever country, fuck it up, and not apologize afterwards. Okay. It's time that we start minding our own fucking business.
Mm-hmm. And like I've heard it said before, a friend of mine used to say, an American friend of mine used to be like, well, if we don't do stuff, we get yelled at because we're not helping. And if we do stuff, we get yelled at because we didn't do it the way other countries think we should. And we're just screwed either way. Well, if you put up with being yelled at for not doing anything for long enough and you keep, out of shit, it's going to die down. But if you keep fucking stuff up, it's not going to die down.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it anyway.
I did send, by the way, send Beth an invite.
I sent her, I just gave her the link.
Okay. Please make sure she doesn't share it. I don't want my fucking hangout getting sniped.
Oh, she won't. Don't you worry, because we do this every week.
Oh, no problem. I'm just making sure. And
yep.
just,
our show's closed. If you're not like the guest that we invited beforehand, you're not coming on until after we're off the air.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, by the way, to any Trump supporters that may be watching this, good fucking job with that. Look what the fuck you voted in.
Yeah.
This is just again 1 month. Imagine what he's gonna do for 4 years.
Well, and now the effects are being seen up here too. Before he was even sworn in, there were reports of anti-Muslim racist propaganda showing up in Toronto, in school areas. There was, we had the mosque shooting, and that guy, if you guys didn't hear, he was a Christian Trump supporter who went into a mosque during prayers and shot 14 people and killed 6.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it was quite plain that he was a Trump supporter. And now the difference between Canada and America, that dude actually is still alive and he will be prosecuted and probably spend the rest of his life in jail. I think he was wounded, but we didn't kill him. Now in America, he would have been hamburger, I think, by the time he got back out, which, some might say that's deserved, but we're at least going to, prosecute him properly. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, we're seeing effects already. I'm a little worried for what it's going to do at West, because we have a higher concentration of net jobs in the West. Alberta more so, and they could get emboldened from this and start trying to cause problems.
Yeah,
it's weird though, because every single terrorist attack in Canada that I can think of has all happened in Quebec. I don't know what it is, something in the French water or something, but even the worst one ever in Canada happened in, was it 84? And this guy was an anti-feminist, and he barged into a polytechnic university in Quebec and killed 14 women for, quote, taking his education away from him.
Wow.
Yeah, that was, I think, 81 or 82. No, 84. It was a long time ago. But again, in Quebec. So I don't know what it is about Quebec.
I know, it's the fucking French.
Yeah. Well, I guess technically, though, when the guy that shot up Parliament, that's in Ottawa, but you can see Quebec from Ottawa.
Yeah.
So and he was Quebecois as well, if memory serves.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Beth to the show. Hello, Beth.
Hi, AR. How are you? Hi, Deb.
I'm fine. I think this is our first time officially meeting. How are you?
I am very well. I've heard a lot about you. I catch your show every now and then.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
I try to, anyways.
Well, hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of me, because if it's okay with Heretic Woman here, hopefully I'll be on your show sometimes.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course. You're always welcome. Any of the podcasters are. Well,
Absolutely.
certain few that aren't.
No problem.
I'm not sure we'd be like, oh, Matt Slick, come on in, but well, actually, I'd take his ass. I would take him on tag anytime because that's just a stupid idea.
Oh, don't even get me started with his fucking ridiculous presupposition argument.
Oh.
That is so
This-
bad.
The Slickmeister, yeah. But you know,
Yeah.
all you have to do, we found out, oh god, it's like a couple of years ago now. If you tell him that the Bible, if you tell him that the Bible's like Harry Potter, he'll rage quit in like under 2 minutes.
Yeah, he'll take his ball and go home. He'll take his little
Yep.
bally and pack up and go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our friend Foda was on a show with him, and that's what he said. And Slick was like, to the host, is like, you better tell them to stop doing that, or I'm gonna leave. Blah,
Quit
blah, blah.
being rude. I think it was like, quit being rude or disrespectful. That's what it was. And it's like,
Yeah.
how is that disrespectful? I mean,
Yeah.
from a technical aspect, the Bible is a book of mythologies.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
Oh,
And
don't
so-
tell
I
me
mean,
that.
And Frodo was like,
I have.
Frodo's like, it's definitely like Harry Potter, and he's like, that's it, and he rage quit, and it was quite amazing.
Oh yeah. I was
Hey, I'm gonna jump out of here for a second. I'm gonna jump back in on my PC.
Oh, no
Okay.
problem, man.
I'll be right back.
Yep. So, Beth, do you live in America or do you live in Canada?
Yes, I do. I'm PA, right in the center of the bullshit.
Oh, yes. I was just asking Deborah her opinion, but now I'm gonna ask yours.
Oh, Beth's got lots of opinions.
Yes. What is your opinion?
I blog about this shit.
Yeah. What
It's
is
a
your
joke.
opinion?
Basically, and the reason I had Deb send me the link is when you had asked Matt the question was, if you really think about it, in the so-called 30 days he's been in, give or take a few days, what has he actually done? And he's already campaigning for next election in 2020. He hasn't done jack shit.
I know.
But
Thank you.
he's already campaigning. So what does that tell you? All this is to him is a money-making scheme.
Yeah.
He's pissed off because his daughter can't make money through Nordstrom's, and Macy's is dropping her, and a bunch of other higher-end retail places I would never go. Can't afford. But then his wife, who refuses to move to Washington, D.C., and is costing us, the taxpayer, almost $4 million a day. Maybe it's $2. I think it's $2. She's costing us between $2 and $4 million a day because she refuses to move to Washington. I mean, I can understand, moving your son out of the school. And if the rumors, and these are true, that he's autistic or Asperger's, it would be difficult to move him mid-year. But she point blank said, well, you're infringing on my right to make money off this deal.
You don't have a right to make money off the fucking presidency, bitch.
Yeah, well, that's all it is to her. That's all it is to him. That's all it is to Ivanka. And I have a question for Jared. When do you think they're coming after your ass, son of a bitch? Do you honestly think Banyan and Miller are going to let you have free reign because of who your daddy-in-law is? Oh, hell no. You're next, baby boy.
Yeah, I think when it first started, what pissed me off most of all is that fucking Goldman Sachs is gonna be for fucking Treasury. Like, are you fucking serious? Those motherfuckers should be in jail for what they fucking did.
Yeah, Goldman Sachs has wanted to privatize Social Security since, let's see, started in the 70s, so I was about 10. They have been trying to get in so they can get control of Social Security for at least minimum 40 years. They now have it. And that's exactly what Paul Ryan wants to do, is privatize Social Security.
They've always been
They
wanting
now
to
have-
do that, though.
Huh?
They've always been wanting to do that, privatize.
Oh
Social
yeah, that's what
Security.
I'm saying. They've always wanted to do it, and I think it was you, Matt. I'm not sure. Who had said that basically they now have the people in place to do it. The Republicans have been waiting for this. They could care less about fucking Trump. I mean, like you said, if Pence gets in, he's no better than Trump. And problem with Pence is he's such a theocrat and such a dominionist, ruled by Old Testament law. He don't care if he puts you to death. He don't care if he throws you in a camp. It's according to the Bible. It justifies what he does. But now they have the actual means. There are no checks and balances on presidential, movements or on congressional movements. Usually, if Congress did something, President Obama, using him as an example, would veto it, or vice versa. It wouldn't get through the Congress or their House or the Senate. Now it's just, and Trump's going to sign anything that it thinks going to give him more power. I mean, he's playing the Republicans.
Sign everything that they put in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yep.
I mean, he, as far as I know, he still wants to continue torture, and the Republican Party wants to expand Guantanamo Bay.
Good grief.
And the thing, if you think domestically, as far as we'll take the ACA out of it for now, but if you think domestically, he has done jack shit. He is governing by executive order. Why? It gives the Republicans plausible deniability. Oh, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't vote on that. That was all the president. Tit for tat. But yet you have people like Pat Robertson saying, well, if you oppose Trump, you oppose God. Well, fucking dumbass, do you support a lying bastard? Because that's what he's doing by that statement. I mean, some of the religious right leaders, and I'm talking the ultra extreme ones like Rick Wiles, I mean, basically they're giving Trump carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Well, it's like this First Amendment Defense Act thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't even fucking get me started on that.
Yeah. Well,
that's just weak ass, useless fucking shit right there.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, it's a personal issue with the First Amendment Defense Act. I'm gay.
So am I.
I have my
Yeah.
there we go. It's personal for all of us.
Yes.
But it's like that's freaking crazy. I mean, and I had to laugh. The Baronel Stoltzman case came to we'll say short conclusion because they're filing an appeal already, and the Supreme Court in Washington said that she's guilty. Basically, she has to pay the fines and shit. They're already appealing it, saying that and they're basically using the whole First Amendment Defense Act bullshit. It's like, seriously?
Who is this that you're talking about?
Baronel Stoltzman. She was a florist out in Oregon or Washington. I can't remember.
Yes.
She had a gay couple as customers throughout for their wedding. They wanted to use her as their florist.
Mm-hmm.
And she said no because you're gay. It's against my religious beliefs.
So
they have a state mandated non-discrimination policy. See, where we get fucked over is there is no federal statute to protect gays and lesbians, trans, etc. Yeah. But some states do have civil rights protections in for gays, lesbians, and trans. Oregon and Washington, I can't remember which state. I want to say Oregon. No, it is Washington. Does have it, and they filed a claim, and she lost. She appealed it, went to their Supreme Court, state Supreme Court. They recertified the lower court's decision that she was, quote, guilty, for lack of a better word. Now, her lawyers are filing an appeal. They're trying to get it to Supreme Court, and they're going to argue FADA, which is the First Amendment Defense Act.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was
But
that
yeah,
thing
it's just
passed?
like
Or I thought it was just proposed.
no, it hasn't passed. But see what Alliance Defending Freedom is your primary law firm, Christian law firm, behind these acts. Your SB 1062 in Arizona, your your mini RFRAs at the state level, like what happened in Indiana, Arizona. Those are all coming from Alliance Defending Freedom. The Beckett Fund. In fact, there's a really nice clip today. I'll post it. That it was a hearing where one of the Beckett Fund lawyers basically got toasted. But they're all basically what they're doing is throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. The more cases they can get that reference these religious liberties or religious freedoms, the more likely they're going to get the case heard by the Supreme Court. What they're shooting for is a split on the federal level. That's what happened with the Hobby Lobby case. You had one district court say, no, Hobby Lobby can't do this. You had another district court say that Hobby Lobby can. So it set up a dilemma at the federal level. So the Supreme Court decided to hear the case. That's what they're trying to do. It's a grand old tactic of the Reich. Basically, throw spaghetti, see what sticks, and then go from there. And they're still doing. And it's also a cash cow. It happened with Kim Davis. It happened with the Rob Jack case. All your religious liberty cases are based on that, and they're all coming from religious Alliance Defending Freedom. They have 98% of the cases. They've lost about 78 of percent of them. Liberty Counsel has about 20%, and Liberty Institute, which is Kelly Shackelford's company, for lack of a better word, they have like 2 or 3%. And then there's another one called JPI Pacific Justice Institute. They have like 2%, but they're all in collusion through the Beckett Fund. And it's the same tactic the Republicans are using.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at history, and I vaguely remember a time in America where we told, I don't know, black people that they can take their business elsewhere. That didn't turn out very well, did it?
No.
It was wrong then, it was wrong now, SOBs.
Well, that was the argument in the one hearing today. That's basically the argument the senator, congressman was using against this Beckett lady. And I wish I could remember what the hearing was. I can't remember off the top of my head. But basically he was trying to get her to admit that it's not okay to use religion to discriminate against black people. Mm-hmm. And she wouldn't say it. She spent probably a good 20 minutes dodging the question. It was actually kind of comical. I think Friendly Atheist did a write-up on it, so it should be easy to find.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
Matt, thoughts, concerns?
Well, I think that this whole First Amendment Defense Act is just ridiculous. I mean, it's not. Basically, if this thing gets passed, I think they're just going to be shooting themselves in the foot, to be honest with you, because there's going to be a ton of lawsuits.
Oh, fuck yeah. And to what I said earlier, it's just another example of why, and like, the people in Washington keep wondering why the people keep revolting, why they keep seeing protests. It's because of shit like this. We don't want this. We don't want to go
backward. But didn't you know George Soros is paying us?
Oh, I'm not getting paid for this. What is he talking about?
According to the Reich, we're all being paid by George Soros to protest. So yeah, that's one of their conspiracy theories. To be honest, he's just some rich guy, left-leaning rich guy who pays for everything, I guess. I really don't know. I'm going to have to look into who he really is.
Wasn't he the guy that underwrote the first Reason rally? Or am I thinking of the wrong guy?
I don't know. I really, honestly, all the kind of bullshit that I read, his name comes up almost as much as Saul Alinsky's. And it's like, and I've never really delved into who the fuck he is, because, I'm sorry, the guy would have to be 10 times richer than Bill Gates to fund all this crap.
Oh, speaking of
It's
Bill
like-
Gates,
Oh no.
this just came by my news feed. Now it's from Pathos by a fellow named Matthew Facciani,
Oh,
who I'm
Fasciani.
not familiar.
Yeah,
And the headline is the Gates Foundation will provide birth control to women who lose it under Trump. I'm
Yep.
like,
yeah, that came
Nice.
that came out yesterday or the day before, and
Okay.
basically what it is, if they, overturn Roe v. Wade, what Gates is basically gonna do, primarily he's focusing on the countries that lost U.S. foreign aid for abortion, because it's still
right.
a big issue outside of our country. But
Right.
yeah, he's going to basically fund them.
Good.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Good for Bill Gates.
Who we have? Electronic dude. Oh, we lost Ranger. Oh well. Hey, it's Brony. Hi, Brony.
Zah.
Ranger just booted himself out by accident, I think. He'll be back shortly.
Rob Bell
Right.
just disappeared.
Here's a dumbass. What else is new?
So we were
Beth
talking
just
about
disappeared.
yeah. Oh shit.
A boot.
Well, Beth, she has a wonky ISP, so that sometimes happens on our show. But well, Brony, we've been giving our opinions about the first month of Trump bill.
It's a very mixed picture, in my opinion. He did some shit that I really, really like axing the TPP. Fantastic. I love that. But then he
Okay.
did shit like completely deregulate Wall Street, or he's trying to completely deregulate Wall Street, which is what crashed the economy in 2008. So obviously, it's a very mixed picture. So on one hand, he's not shipping jobs over the seas as of right now, but on the other hand, he's fucking the American people with the dick of Wall Street.
Yeah, I could see that. And
And
he's
his
like,
first raid was in Yemen was fucking awful too. Like a bunch of civilians died.
oh, totally.
I don't even know why he's putting boots on the ground in Yemen. Like, what the fuck is why? I'm against all the wars in the Middle East. They're terrible, sad, wrong, and now here we are.
Something got fucked up in the feed here because Beth says she's blocked out, and I'm wondering if Ranger accidentally kicked himself out. Like,
I'm wondering if he got sniped out of his own hangout, and now we're just sitting here.
I
Is
don't
this
know.
live? Holy shit, this
Yeah.
is live.
It's live. It's live.
Well, that is.
Well, we might be trying this again.
I should message him and
He posted a new comment saying he's doing a new one.
Yeah, he's starting a new one apparently. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, watching Atheist Ranger's channel right now, congratulations. Atheist Ranger sniped himself out of his own hangout because he's an idiot.
Yeah, it's for
Send
the
hate
main
mail
app.
to Atheist Ranger.
Yeah, we send hate mail to his PO box.
Yeah. Please send a bomb to him through the mail. I'm kidding. Don't do that. I like Ranger enough that you shouldn't do that.
Send him weed.
oh boy. So where did he say he's starting a new one?
In the chat.
Oh, okay. I don't have the
I don't have it up.
window open.
He said yes, not me. With exclamation marks.
Oh boy. See now, I'm assuming because the other stupid stuff he's doing is he's getting like rid of protections for safety for workers.
Yeah.
Getting rid of environmental
Yeah.
protections. I'm assuming that's all just so that business doesn't have to pay more.
Okay, let's talk about the Muslim ban for a second, because I have a theory about that.
We already talked about that, but sure, go for it.
But no, I think, I don't know if you covered this specifically, but I have a specific theory about that. He did
Okay.
that, in my opinion, because it was completely ineffectual. In my opinion, that looks like him giving a political fuck you to the elites in the European Union. Because the elites in the European Union have been letting refugees flood into their country because they're uber liberalist fucking elitists. They're fucking crazy, and they want a European superstate. Trump is obviously in opposition to that. The current party in Britain is in opposition to that. So he gets the Muslim ban to hit the fucking, not to hit them because it's not going to affect them in any way, besides the fact that they can't reroute refugees here. It was just a political fuck you to the elites in the European Union, in my opinion.
Yeah, I suppose it could be. Now, see, Europe is, they've gone about it all the wrong way, because we've let in all kinds of refugees. Like, we're upwards of 30,000, which doesn't maybe seem like a lot, but our population
Compared to Germany's 2 million?
Yeah, but our population, we're only 35 million. So
we're 350 million.
Exactly. But again, and most of the refugees are going to be concentrated